Okay, so here's the sound system in Fitness Studio 2. Very similar to the one in Fitness Studio, the Cycling Fitness Studio downstairs, but a little bit different components. So we'll kind of run through it, and there's also instructions on the actual door itself if you have any questions, but everything is pretty straightforward here. On the top section right here, you got your microphone transmitter. So this will transmit sound to your microphone for your headset, for your mic pack. Over here on the right hand side is your power button. Push it and hold it in until it turns on. And then same deal, you'll have your group channel, which will be preset, and then you'll have your battery life, your audio, and your gain. You'll never want to mess with any of that because it'll be preset. And then over here, this is your battery. So this is how your battery mic pack charges. So if you push down the button on the bottom, it'll pop out. Just pull the battery out like that to put it back in. Just line it up correctly, and you push it all the way in, and then the red light will come on. The system itself doesn't have to be on when you are charging it. So if I turn the system off, it'll still be charging right there at the top with that little red indicator light. So in order to turn it on, when I first get here, nothing should be on except the bottom right, and we'll go over that in a second. But to start the class, you just push this button over here, the on-off switch, and then you're good to go for the mic pack. The next section down here, all the way over here, microphone 1 is going to be your control for your volume for your microphone, and then stereo 1 is going to be your control for your sound. For your iPod or your external device, whatever you're using. All the way to the right is the master volume. Be careful when adjusting this because it can get pretty high and you can create some interference with the microphone and the iPod when you're using it. So just make sure you're paying attention to that. If you turn up the master volume, it'll turn up all the components plugged into the stereo mixer, so your sound and also your microphone. So that'll be your master volume will control everything, and it'll turn it up or down depending on what you want to do. Individually, if you want to turn up the microphone volume, use mic 1, and if you individually want to turn up your sound on your external device, just turn the stereo 1. The next component down is your amplifier, your crown amplifier. Over on the far right hand side, you'll see an on-off switch. Push that in to turn it on, and it'll turn on blue, and then there'll be 2 buttons in the middle, and you'll see 2 lights come on, and it'll be good to go. You never want to adjust this. This will always be set. You never should be able to touching this. It's not going to help you or do anything. You're going to do your main controls from the stereo mixer above it. The next component down is going to be your CD player and your auxiliary cable. So you just, on the far left-hand side, you press the power button and it pops on. Little screen welcome. You have an aux-in cord right here, and then you have all your controls over here on the right-hand side. So your open, close. If you press open, don't jam it shut. Don't push this shut. The tray for the CD, hit open, close, and it'll go back in and it'll read the CD. It says aux right now because we haven't switched it over. And then you have your functions, play, stop, and then your search buttons for your CD. To display your shift to change this main screen to a CD player, you press and hold shift display, and you source select, hold down the shift button and press source select, and it'll change to CD. To change it back, same deal, shift and source select, it'll go back to aux. You must have a cable plugged in for it to go back to aux. If I do shift and go back to CD, and I go shift, it won't go back to the aux in. So what I'll do is I'll plug the aux in, and then I'll go back over here and hit shift, and it'll recognize that there's a cable in there for your auxiliary external device, and I'll go back to your aux cable. The next unit down right here, this JG Junior is going to be your main power source. Over on the right hand side here, there's an on-off switch, so if I turn that off, it turns everything off in the system, and it's not going to charge your microphone battery up top. So when you turn it on, At the end of class, you should turn off all the components. So we'll start from the top down. So everything's on right now. I turn on off, I push and hold, turn off the microphone. The next receiver or the next stereo mixer down does not have a power button, so you don't need to turn that off. The crown amplifier, you should turn that off. And then you should turn off the CD player. And the only thing that should be left on is the bottom where it says do not turn off. That should be lit up orange. And then that way it'll charge the microphone battery on the top. The last piece down on the bottom is your drawer with all your components. So you'll have your microphone, your mic pack here, and an on-off switch on the top right here. You just switch it over, off, on, off, and this will never change, so it'll always be the same. If you have problems, let someone know so you don't make it worse. This is your headset, and it plugs in right here at the top to the mic pack. And then there's a belt in here, and then you got your auxiliary cable that connects into the CD player slash external device player, and then everything should be back in there. So that's pretty much it. The keys are at the front desk, and there should be a stereo cabinet key on that key ring. You want to make sure that you do lock this up because this room is not locked from the outside, so we don't want people messing with this. So you just shut it and then lock it up with your key. These are my keys, but there is a key on the FS1 key set. Just push it in. That's the wrong way. Yep, there we go. And now it's locked. So that's pretty much it for FS1 sound.